Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to my video. Before I get started, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am not a lawyer. I am not a financial advisor. I am not none of that. I'm just here to share information with we, the people, and I don't give legal advice. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, guys, if you haven't checked out my website, please check out my website. My link is in my bio. Click it. Check out my website. I have tons of information that you can download, you know what I'm saying, that can possibly help you and your family out, you know what I mean? Uh, and to follow me on YouTube. My YouTube handle is Sun, SUN, the number 9, NY Vibes. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so you know when I put up another video. Okay, so we're going to get into it, man. You know what I mean? Today we're going to be talking about what it takes to be a national and, some of the things that um, you can do and you can't do as a national. You know what I'm saying? My journey into this information started back in 2008. And I've, when I first got into this information, I didn't believe it like everybody else. A lot of people out there, I didn't believe it. But, growing up, especially into my adulthood, I always knew that something wasn't right. Something wasn't right, like, why are we called black? You know what I'm saying? Or then why are another group of people are called white? You know what I mean? Why are we called these things? You know what I'm saying? And, I always wondered and questioned to myself, like, why do we got to pay taxes? You know what I mean? And even though it's in the Constitution that taxes are unconstitutional, like, why are we paying taxes? And so on and so forth. Why do we have to register our vehicle? And why do we have to have car insurance? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I put this information down a couple of times and didn't believe it. And then something in the back of my mind, man, was telling me that, yo, this just don't stop learning this stuff. There's something to this. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm so glad I stuck with it up until this point because it's all real, man. It's nothing BS about it. Um, it's all real. You know what I'm saying? You have a separate person that is a middleman between commerce and you, and it's all real. You know what I'm saying? It's all real. But I wanted to touch on, what it is to be a national, foreign national. Some people call themselves foreign nationals. Some people call themselves state citizens or state nationals, American nationals. I like American national or foreign national. Or some people call themselves, I think the government recognized us as U.S. nationals. So whatever way you want to call yourself, but I wanted to touch on what it takes to be a national because a lot of people are jumping out here and not really getting the full understanding how this thing goes. Being a national is about self-governing. It's not about changing your status and going out here and acting a fool, doing things that are not considered to be a king or a queen. When you change your status, there are more responsibilities than being a U.S. citizen. That's a fact. You got way more responsibilities of being a national. People think, you get your status corrected and then you just free and nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Why? Because you got tons of contracts you are tied into that you have signed throughout your life unknowingly. And all these adhesion contracts are out here and you've been moving as a U.S. citizen all your life. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you got to change your mindset too. Word up. You got to change your mindset. It's a mindset switch. You have to understand who you are. You know what I'm saying? Here in America. I don't know about any other country, but here in America, we are the ones who keep everybody in line. As far as corporations and the GOV, that's our job. You know what I'm saying? Public public servants like the police, and public servants like the police, and so on and so forth. They all work for us. And I think over time, the government has done a great job of erasing that from people's throughout generation after generation after generation. The GOV had done a great job of slowly removing that aspect of who the people are in America. You know what I'm saying? If you're born on this landmass in America, you are American. You're not black. You're not white. These are all colorable. It's colorable law. These are all commercial labels. You know what I'm saying? How you operate in commerce in some aspects. You know what I'm saying? These are not nationalities. None of them. You know, because people in other countries use the status white, like Africa and people in other countries. They all use the status white. You know what I'm saying? We're the only ones, the group of people that use the status black through false representation of our leaders, supposed leaders, like Jesse Jackson pushing the black thing, and so on and so forth. It was all fraudulently done to remove our original status here in America, which is nationals. But they did it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? They did it to everybody who was born in America. They removed your original status of being a national. So, but back to what I was saying, what it takes to be a national, man, you got to read, you got to study. The study and the reading is it's a long rabbit hole, and it is continuously learning. I'm still learning. I don't know everything. I don't claim to be a guru. I'm not a guru. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to push information out to the public that hopefully can help them. You know what I mean? I don't know everything. I don't claim to be a guru, not a guru. I'm just sharing information. But you got to switch your mindset, and it's not about, throwing the status in people's face. It's not about that. It's about, you being free. You know what I'm saying? The government sees everybody um, as they see everybody as infants, children. This is why you got to have your seatbelt on, and this is why you got to pay taxes, on all these things that are voluntarily forced on you, because paying taxes is voluntary. You know what I'm saying? Paying taxes is voluntary. But if you call yourself a U.S. citizen, you are liable for those taxes. You know what I mean? You're not protected under the state and United States of America Constitution. You have privileges, and if you're a U.S. citizen, you still have to pay taxes, because U.S. citizens are foreigners on their own land. You know what I'm saying? You are stateless. And if you are stateless, you have no connection to no land, no country, no flag, no nothing. U.S. citizens' flag is the District of Columbia. That's your flag. Not the American flag, not the Don't Trend Me flag. None of these flags, or the peace flag, none of these flags are connected to you. Your actual flag is the District of Columbia flag. If you want to go Google that, go right ahead and Google that, and you'll see. That's your flag, U.S. citizens. So if you have not corrected everything and have your status corrected in their system, that is your flag. But you are property of the District of Columbia. But people got it twisted about how this thing go. It's a long process. You got to take little baby steps at a time and learn one thing at a time. And a lot of times people try to take on too much, and they try to learn too much at one time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take your time. You have to change your mindset. You have to move as royalty, because you are royalty. Everybody, you are royalty. You are king. You are queen. You know what I'm saying? And you have to move that way. You can't be out here acting stupid on this status, because you will go to jail. I'm just telling you, I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? You have to self-govern and be responsible. Know what I'm saying? You got to be out here responsible. I still wear my seatbelt. I still respect the traffic statutes and codes. You know what I'm saying? I still respect those things because if I'm out here speeding for no reason and, you know what I mean, I'm out here endangering the public, other U.S. citizens, I'm going to go to jail. You know what I mean? But you still got to respect others. And you can't harm others. You know what I'm saying? This is not no get out of jail free card. You will go to jail if you harm someone or their property. So I'm just letting you guys know. But on the things that you can do as a national, I'm sorry. You can't vote no more. Nationals can't vote. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Um, why? Because voting that's a U.S. citizen thing. You know what I'm saying? U.S. citizens vote. I believe there's a way for nationals to elect a president, but I don't know how to do that yet. Maybe somebody out there can share the love and share the information and let me know. I don't know how to do that. I think you have to mail your ballot in some kind of way, but I don't know. I don't actually know how the process goes. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, you can't work for law enforcement. You know what I mean? You can't do things like that. You can't work for law enforcement. That's for U.S. citizens. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a police officer. I'm not sure about sheriff. I'm not sure about sheriff. You might have to look that up. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be a police officer. You can't go into the military. Um, one position you can apply for as a national is that TSA at the airport. They also hire U.S. nationals for that position. So you can work for TSA. Uh, what else? You can get firearms, which is actually a gun, or if you want to say bear arms, that's the proper word for it. You can buy a gun with a passport. Let's see what else. Yeah, the positive thing about being national, you are free. You are the living man and woman. Things like tickets and all that good stuff, easy to handle. You got 3 days to rescind contract, so you can just, let them know your status. You can send them an affidavit of your status with the ticket, or you can just let them know that, hey, I'm the flesh and blood living man or woman, and just cancel the ticket. You can send them a letter with the ticket. I do not consent to these proceedings. And mail the ticket back in. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, this system works off presumption, and you have to rebut the presumption of any presentment you get. You have to rebut it. If you don't, then there's going to be a problem for you. And you have to rebut the presumption. Any presentment you get, bill or whatever, you got to rebut the presumption. But let's see what else. The positive things, man. You don't pay taxes. You don't pay taxes on purchases most of the time, or some of the time. Most of the time, it depends on if you have to fill out the tax form for whatever company has tax exempt. That's like hit or miss. But you can ask, do you do tax exempt? And you'll get it if they do it, and if they don't, then you won't get it. You have to fill out that form. But that's another positive. What's so funny is with the tax exempt is like. When you use your tax exempt with your passport, people just bug out. And they think you work for the GOV. And a couple places we went to, me and my wife, and they thought we worked for the government. We'd be like, yeah, sure, we work for the government. And they gave us like 10% off our meal or whatever. That's pretty cool. What else, man? Yeah, just know who you are, man. Just know who you are. Who the actual bosses are in America. It's we the people. We are the boss. We run the show. You know what I'm saying? We run the show. And we have to get back to, understanding who we are and keeping everybody in line, because the system is out of whack, and we went so long not saying anything to what they do to us that they have become very comfortable. And for us not being knowledgeable in this information and not And for us not to keep everybody in line, this is where we at today in the system, where it's just unfair. Everybody's struggling, you know what I mean? And uh, it's just not right the way the system is ran today. And a lot of that has to do with the people not standing up, the people not putting these people back in their place. You know what I'm saying? It has to do with that, But we got to get back to learning and reading and understanding who we are. And yeah, that's what it is to be a national. To stand on your square and understand who you are, and don't be tricked into what they're doing to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I just want to help people who want to be free. And this information is not for everybody. Getting status correction is not for everybody, but for the ones who want to be free, you know what I'm saying? It's for them. So it's not for everybody. There's a lot of people like moving as a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? They don't want freedom. So this is not for everybody. Um, the people who are awake and want to be free, and there's something inside your soul that wants you to be free. When your soul and your energy rises, there's nothing you can do to stop that. And for some people, it's nothing they can do to go back to thinking the way they used to think. When your energy rises within your soul, and your soul wants to be free, and your body wants to be free as well with your soul, there's nothing you can do when your awakening comes, because that's what happened with me, man. That's what happened with me. And now we're here at this point, and I'm trying to learn some other processes, and when I learn them, they will be available for everybody. And like I said, I'm just trying to free people and make their life easier. But yo, that's my take in this video, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't checked out my website, please click the link in my bio and follow me on YouTube. Again, my handle is Sun, SUN, the number 9, NY Vibes. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. Hit that notification button. You know what I'm saying? Check out my content on YouTube. Peace.